It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another one. We're back to talk about Season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead. They've recently just released an exclusive teaser for Season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead, which I'm going to be breaking down for you guys in this video. There's actually a few very interesting shots in this particular teaser, which get me sort of, I don't want to say excited, but gets me intrigued to see what they're going to do in Season 6. The first shot is actually this shot of Morgan with a bunch of walkers surrounding him. So right here we can see this is in fact Morgan. He has the beard, so some time has definitely passed from the time that we saw him at the end of last season when he was shot. Now, what's very interesting is that he is bleeding. You can see the blood, but that's his blood. That's not walker guts or walker blood. So why are the walkers not trying to bite him? You know what I mean? So that's interesting. That leads me to think that maybe this is a hallucination. Maybe this is in Morgan's head. Maybe none of it is real. That's super interesting. The next shot is this shot of Al's SWAT truck. And we do see in the shot right after some people on horseback riding after them. Now, this group of people are wearing the exact same mask that we saw both in the other teasers where we had Dwight approaching a window, lifting the curtain and seeing one of these guys on the other side. But also there was a picture that was released which had one of these people pointing a gun at Althea's head. So that's extremely interesting. And if I were to summarize my prediction when it comes to these people is that I think they are the people that were with Sherry, and then when Dwight showed up and reunited with Sherry, they took her away, and this group is coming after them to take Sherry back. And I'm assuming Althea is going to be a part of that storyline. The next shot we have is actually Althea and Dwight together. They are in some sort of a public washroom and they're trying to keep the walkers away. So this connects to what I said previously. I think that they're going to be involved in a story that's going to connect to Sherry somehow, and it's going to bring in those people that we saw. Another shot right here, the walkers trying to get in. And then we have this pretty interesting shot of a walker. So of course, on one foot, we see like sandals and their socks, and on the other, we don't see anything. The way they're showing it here makes me think that maybe it's a character that we know. Not a big character, but maybe it's a character that we know or something like that. I could be wrong about that. The next shot we have is someone spray painting the end on a wall. I don't know who this is. It might be one of the people with the masks on, but the end is actually interesting because it connects to the title of the first episode, which I think is a Morgan-centric episode, which is The End is the Beginning. So that's extremely interesting. The next shot is actually this shot of Alicia. Now she looks like she's wearing like a prisoner outfit. So I think that they've just imprisoned her. So whatever community she went to, Virginia just imprisoned her and had her do like labor. It's sort of like a labor camp or something like that. So that's pretty interesting. But we do see them with weapons. So this is probably when they decide enough is enough and they revolt against whatever force is keeping them there. The next shot is interesting, is this shot of Virginia pointing her gun at someone. Now she does have a Colt Python. Fear just wanted to have like a Rick Grimes Easter egg, but come on, we know Virginia is nowhere as badass or awesome as Rick, obviously. But she's pointing the gun at someone, not sure who, but I think this is around the oil field. Now there was a picture that was released, I'll try to put it up if I can, that showed Virginia and June together. So I wonder if this is from that scene. I wonder if she is pointing the gun at June. But what we know for sure is that this is around the oil field and around the time the explosion is going to take place. This might even be right before the explosion. The explosion might be what stops Virginia and gets them all to work together to take care of the oil field situation. Then we have this shot, one of the masked group members on horseback trying to jump onto the SWAT truck and take control of it. Now the people inside the SWAT truck most likely consist of Dwight, Sherry, and Althea. Then we have this shot of Victor Strand. Nothing too much to say about that. He is talking to someone on the radio. Maybe he's talking to the bounty hunter. Of course, the bounty hunter was hired by someone, most likely Alicia, and some other people to go after Morgan and find him. So he might be talking to the bounty hunter on the radio. Then we have this pretty interesting shot. Now, the first thing that comes to my mind and everybody's mind is that this is Lucille. And I think you're absolutely right about that. Now, there was a similar shot in another teaser, and in that one I said, it looks like Lucille, but it's probably not Lucille. Now, to be fair, it was more of a silhouette last time we saw it, but now it actually looks like Lucille. So that's interesting. Is this actually Lucille? It's not just Lucille. It's been, manipulated. There's been a blade that's been added onto it, which is interesting. But I don't know what to make of this. It looks like Lucille 2.0, you could say, but I'm not sure. Now, one other thing, the only person that would carry Lucille, and it would make sense, is Dwight. It doesn't make sense for anyone else to have a weapon that looks like Lucille. So I'm going to predict that this is actually Dwight holding Lucille. Now if, and I'm saying if this is in fact the original Lucille, then that could be very interesting because maybe Dwight took Lucille away when he left. We didn't really see Lucille after that point, right? So it's a possibility that he just took Lucille with him, which is interesting. The next shot we have is this shot of the bounty hunter killing a bunch of walkers. Now this doesn't look like the same weapon, so I don't think that it was the bounty hunter who was carrying that weapon. And then we have this pretty interesting shot of John Dory. There's two very interesting things going on here. One, in this scene we actually see a gunshot go off. Hence why you see the light on John's face, despite the dark background. So is this John Dory shooting someone? That's a possibility. Now, could he be shooting one of our own? That's a possibility. I doubt it, but that's a possibility. In a shot that was in another trailer, we did see John Dory get into a scuffle with Victor Strand. So, could that be connected? Maybe. I mean, I don't think they're gonna have John kill Victor Strand, but who knows what they're gonna do. Also, take a look at what's on his jacket. The same exact key that the settlers have. That's interesting. So does that mean John Dory is now one of Virginia's lieutenants? Or one of the people that's loyal to her? I doubt it again, but that's interesting. What we could also be seeing is he's just wearing this to have everyone think he is one of Virginia's people. And he could in fact be just killing one of the guards at one of the communities of the settlers. Then we have this shot of Dwight running, nothing too much to say. Then this shot of a bunch of walkers. This shot of the machine gun inside the SWAT truck. And then we have this shot of, I believe, June fighting with someone. In another trailer, there was a few clips of June and Alicia fighting with people inside a small room. This could be connected to that. And then the teaser ends with this shot of Morgan. This is interesting. Of course, he does have the red eyes. Now, I've talked about this before. I think the red eyes are a symbol. Yes, it's physical as well. Like, he's not doing too well. He's losing a lot of blood. So the red eyes make sense in that sense. And he's probably going to be healing. I don't think that the red eyes mean he's dying. I think that it means that he's not doing so hot, obviously. But I don't think he's going to die. But I also think it's symbolism for his past. It symbolizes his past story when it comes to seeing red. Remember on the original show, in the episode Clear, he said, all I see is red. That definitely connects, in my opinion. Now, it also connects to the slogan for the new season, which is the past is dead. I think that's specific to Morgan. I think that's just saying Morgan's past is dead. It could also relate to or be specific to other characters as well, but I think for the most part, it's about Morgan. Now, he's inside like a car or something, but there isn't really too much that we can say about this. But in the voiceover, he says, I survived some way. Most people don't, because I knew there was something I had to do. That's a pretty Morgan-esque thing to say, or not even Morgan-esque thing, but it's a very Scott M. Gimple thing to say, or put in there. Scott Gimple, for those of you that don't know, is the chief content creator for all things Walking Dead, but he used to be the main showrunner of The Walking Dead, and he's publicly said many times that he's done all of Morgan's storylines. Anything to do with Morgan, he's been a part of it. Now, the other thing is this pretty much summarizes Morgan's story. That describes Morgan in a way. So that's pretty interesting. But that's pretty much it. That's everything that was in the trailer. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to share and smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.